we had Koala Cat on Facebook that asked, "Hi Robin and Laura, I love so much all your tips and videos, so I have a question for you. What is the best hot spring in New Zealand? I want to soak for cheap, so if it's free, it is better."
I like to soak for cheap too.
All right, cool. So first up on BackpackerGuide.NZ, we have an article called the 7 free hot springs in New Zealand. And guess what? It's easy to find. You just type free hot springs New Zealand on Google and you should find that really easily.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are plenty of hot springs and a little bit all over New Zealand. So we'll cover all of them. And you know, just one by one, tell you what they are and what they are all about, and you'll find that they all offer a very different experience, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to get us started, Laura?
Yeah, sure. So let's get started with probably one of the most unique hot springs in New Zealand, which is at Hot Water Beach in the Coromandel, which is in the North Island. And this beach is famous for having some hot springs that go just underneath the sand. And at low tide, when the water's out, it reveals an area where the hot springs are going to be. So what you need to do is dig yourself a hole and you will be digging your own little hot pool. So you can hire spades from the nearby holiday park. There's a nearby general store that also hires out spades. Just grab yourself a spade from there and obviously pay to hire it.
Yeah. Grab it and run.
I'm taking it. And yeah, you dig yourself a hot pool at low tide. Mix some of the ocean water in there as well so that it's a very good temperature to bathe in, because it's around 60 degrees Celsius, just the hot water itself, which is a bit scalding.
Pretty hot.
Yeah, so that's a really awesome place to go and dig yourself your own hot pool for free.
That is really awesome.
Except for hiring out the spade. Yeah. But I think you can afford that, right?
Yeah, it's cool. All right, cool. So the next one that we have is a spa park, which is in Taupo. Now it's a little bit outside of the city center, but it's very well marked. Like, I mean, everybody knows where that is. And recently they actually have been refurbishing a little bit all around. So there is now changing rooms, toilet, and there's even a cafe, right?
Yeah, there's a little cafe there as well.
So it's just alongside the river, which is quite it's a Waikato River, sorry. It's just alongside the Waikato River, so it's a really cool area. You're basically on the river side, you know, and there is a resurgence. You call that resurgence? Yeah, there is a resurgence of really hot water that's coming out from the ground and which is about to fall in the river. Now the whole length of the place is about 50 meters, I'd say. Like it's rather short. But through this little canyon, there is just so much hot water and it makes it for like some really cool bathing experience. And if you are getting way too hot in the water, we'll just keep going down. And when you arrive in the Waikato River, I can guarantee it's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
So you have the really cold water, the really hot one. So it's just up to you to swim and see which one is the best temperature for you.
Yeah.
And then also you can just go on the bridge and just check out people and see which one are the toughest, the one which are the coldest.
Which ones are looking red.
Which one I can handle the heat. Who can handle the biggest heat and who can handle the biggest cold, and who are the wolves in the middle. I personally am the wolves in the middle, let's be honest. All right, next one.
All right, so I'm going to say one of the many free natural hot pools that you can go to around the town of Rotorua, which again is on the North Island. And this one is called either Waiotapu or The Bridge, or it's also got a name called The Secret Spot, but it's not so secret anymore. So this is located just outside of the Waiotapu Geothermal Park, just off State Highway 5 as you're leaving Rotorua. And here they have a few little steps which go into the water below, and this is where a hot spring meets a little cold stream, so you can find a nice spot to go and bathe around there. It's a little bit muddy underfoot, so it doesn't exactly feel nice when you're there, but I mean the hot springs and the hot water experience is really cool. And like I say, it's near the Waiotapu Geothermal Park, so you can pop in and check out the champagne pools while you're there. So that's another free one to go and bathe in if you feel like it.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one is the Mangatutu Hot Springs. So this one is based near Napier, so that is on the East Cape of the North Island. It will require you a little bit of a drive. You have to find, I think it's Puketi Road, and drive 10 kilometers there. Then you have to go to another road. But you know, if you just type Mangatutu Hot Springs, you'll be able to find that. Now, the cool thing about this one is that although it doesn't look like it's natural, right? It's basically like a big bath, which has been built, I think, by the Department of Conservation.
Yeah.
The water is actually natural and just comes from the spring nearby, but it is coupled with a free campsite. So there is a campsite right here. So how often do you find a free campsite, if you do have a self-contained vehicle, of course, that on top of it have its own natural hot pools? I think that is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So this is one of the I think one of the best free campsites in the whole country, and I think it's just worth mentioning. And yeah, it has nice free hot pools. So again, it doesn't look like you know, you're standing in between two rocks, right? It is actually made. It's wooden around and looks like a big bath. You know, it's about 3 times the size of this couch, and that's pretty much it. But it's a free hot pool and it's a free campsite.
Yeah. Double whammy of cheapness. Okay, so this is going to be the first one that we're mentioning on the South Island, and this is another free hot pool, which is near Fox Glacier on the Copland Track, which is a multi-day hike, and it takes about 7 hours to hike to these hot pools called the Welcome Flat hot pools. So what's really cool about this, obviously, is that it's in a secluded area, since you do have to hike to get there, but you are rewarded with basically amazing mountain views while you're soaking up in the hot springs. So that is a really awesome one. And obviously most of the hot springs that we've mentioned have been on the North Island, but this is one of the more fewer ones that's on the South Island.
Yeah. All right, so the next one is very similar to Hot Water Beach, where you kind of have to dig your own little pool in the sand. And this one is close to Waitomo, where all the glowworms are. So it's a little bit, it's about 2 hours south of Auckland. And the name of this one is the Kawhia Springs. Sorry, I needed to keep the name because
sorry.
Yeah, sometimes it's known as the Tepuya Springs as well. So now this one is only accessible at low tide. It's very similar than the Hot Water Beach, where there is very specific time when you can access it. But there is no way to rent a shovel nearby, so you'll have to find your own shovel or find a really big stick.
Dig with your hands.
Or just burn yourself doing it. But it's a really awesome place, and you're almost guaranteed going there that you're going to be just by yourself. So you go there, you are on the beach, you'll be able to dig yourself your own little pool, and it's actually a very Instagrammable spot. I have to be honest, it makes for some much better picture than Hot Water Beach, if I can say.
Yeah. So the final one I'm going to mention is the Kaitoke Springs, which is located on Great Barrier Island, and this island is located just off the shores of Auckland. It takes either a flight or quite a long ferry ride to get there, but once you get onto the island, it has multi-day hikes you can do. It literally feels like there's no one around. It's quite a secluded island, so that's really awesome. And along the main hiking trail of Great Barrier Island, which is the Aotea Track, it has the Kaitoke Hot Springs. Again, free hot springs. You can go and sort of just relax your feet after you've done a massive hike through the forest. So yeah, that's another good option.
Good. All right, cool. So that was about 7 hot springs for free in New Zealand. So you don't have to pay big bucks to go and soak. I hope that was really helpful to you guys. If you did find that useful, like and subscribe. Also, we will put in the description below some links to some useful articles, including the 7 free hot pools in New Zealand.